This is going live. Yes, there we go, guys. Definitely. How is everybody doing? We're finally live. I don't think my live bot was working the last time. Definitely. So now we're live. So welcome on in. And again, I had to kind of do some kind of boosting the plugs in. I always, I guess for some reason I have to do that every night. But, and definitely. So, yeah, welcome to Celtic Gypsy Warriors Live. Again, just having some tiny food. Got egg roll here. Got my chicken wings at the back, definitely. So kind of different today, guys. Figured I'm gonna have some Chinese food today. I don't get all the time, definitely. I don't. You gotta probably buy like once in a blue moon or whatever. So again, guys, just kind of going over with a little bit of little platforms and that kind of stuff like that. When registering to go live, they're all different, but there's what you call a terms of there's like a terms of condition agreement form. You click on agree or don't agree. If you click on agree, I agree, you're good to go to do live streams or live social media for whatever live social media you're registering for. But if you put don't agree, then you ain't going live at all. Definitely. It's basically you're telling the algorithm more or less you're not interested. So if you press I agree, then you're telling the algorithm you're interested and you're going to follow their rules and regulations when you go live and that kind of stuff like that. Terms and conditions. So yes, it is a license agreement registration for live social media. And definitely when you go live. So that's how these live platforms all work. Definitely. But so those people just coming on in, guys, definitely. Of course, I'm gonna tell my actual TikTok account. My TikTok cameras are all up and down and generally too as well. So, but I only do 60-second videos when they're working, when TikTok's working and that kind of stuff like that. But other than that, I'm mainly now going on most of my live social media interaction that I do when I go live now is strictly YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, definitely. Oh. Not bad. So again, a little bit of candy today, live from at home, guys, definitely. And so you guys can see how it's all setting up in the background here, definitely. I gotta get some rope and the title flags up there, and so they're gonna look cool hanging up there. Also, too, we have like I was explaining before, we have the what's different this year. Last year we did like a digital fireworks video with audio sound. This year it is digital strobe lighting with audio sound. Definitely with fireworks sound effects in the background. Definitely done by digital sound effects. So it's going to be quite awesome, guys. Definitely. So yesterday on Instagram, guys, I did kind of a bit of a Joker's, well, which was normally would be part, which will be part of uh, Joker's on Dirty Joker's Corner. It's a little bit of a magic demo, definitely. Chicken chow mein is gonna be my favorite. Yeah, yes, I was smart. I didn't put cayenne pepper on my Chinese food. Definitely. Like I usually do with everything else. Not bad. Yeah. So I'm kind of pretty good that I only get this like once a month if I'm lucky. Definitely. We eat like this once a month. Most months, no, most months I actually get pizza. It's not but of course after this I'll probably have a bit of a break before I get into my chicken wings, definitely. But yeah, I had to go to a different place for my chicken wings. Definitely. One place I go to the Chinese restaurant to buy my Chinese food, and I had to go to the pizza shop to buy my chicken wings. Definitely. So technically talking about, yeah, so yeah, it was basically an essential shopping trip. Mm, awesome. But most months, yeah. Usually I've got like beer, wine, or whiskey on the go while I'm eating that stuff. I tell you, it goes down just like water. Excuse me. And the Coca-Cola makes the Chinese food taste very, very, very good. Oh, I'll tell you. But they actually, yeah, they do put some spices in their Chinese food, but just so little. But they don't put the good ones in it. Like they put the garlic in there and that kind of stuff like that. Nah, no, it's time to eat Chinese food during the pandemic. But it's okay because the Chinese food place here, I was talking to the guy, and he passed his COVID-19 health food inspection. Not most Chinese restaurants are passing it though. Definitely, they did here. I don't know about in Toronto or other areas, but out down in Montreal, I don't know what it's like because they're all different color zones. But we're in the green here, definitely. Where I'm at in Ontario, but even though that way, yes, we're heading for another lockdown. Definitely, I think. But coming Easter weekend, as far as I'm hearing, anyways, I hope that is a true legitimate information and not misled information. Definitely, because nowadays it's kind of hard to actually really believe what people really say on TikTok anymore because they've lied so much. Definitely, with actually, so what I do is I listen to the radio a lot. I don't have it on today, but usually I listen to the radio a lot to get the correct information. Definitely, and what's really going on. Generally, because there's so many people getting on TikTok making false videos and false advertisement videos, and they're manipulating on what's really being said, and they're actually broadcasting false, misled information, which actually is highly illegal if they are caught. Especially it has to do with government information and that kind of stuff like that too as well. So I listen to the radio and listen for the real information, and that kind of stuff like that, and what's really going on. And keep really updated on stuff. And another thing, these audio songs that are going around cracking jokes about COVID-19 and the vaccination, it is not funny. It is very serious business. And the health departments are actually, they're seeing it and hearing it. They're getting pissed off. They're advising you people that are doing that to quit, because if you don't quit, there's going to be criminal consequences. And generally on that, because when it comes down to the COVID-19 issue, or it comes down to the vaccinations, that's not a joke. Definitely, or to be singing crack and joke songs about. That's where you guys have to be careful in generally on that. So again, even in audio joking or whatever, it is considered as misled information. and a mockery, and could be offensive to the local health unit, the Worldwide Health Organization. So there's a lot of power and authority that they can bring down on you for cracking a joke like that. You make it up, writing up these songs or these arrogant audios that are so called. A lot of people are making jokes out of something that is really real, and to some people, it can also be life threatening to people that have lost their families or loved ones to this COVID pandemic. So take them very seriously, guys. Definitely. And it's to be respected and be taken very seriously. Um, that kind of stuff like that too. So it's not a joke. And in lots of parts of the world, people are actually dying. Like that's how bad it is, how serious it is. Definitely. But my page doesn't get to have won't get into any politics, but that's just putting it without getting into the politics end of it. Just wanted to address that issue and that. Um, Basically, just watch what kind of information you're giving on it on TikTok, social media, and what kind of lyrics you're writing to do with this particular pandemic, and kind of stuff like that in your script. That's all. Do not make a mockery out of something that is a very serious business right now, and definitely. Now they won't care probably 5 years from now, but right now is not the time, um, time or place for that kind of mockery. Definitely. But yeah, so um, what I love about what I love about our Chinese food and that kind of stuff is the salt. Definitely. Inside of it, it makes you more thirstier and thirstier. Definitely. Uh, this is why I can eat a whole plate of Chinese food. Got my roll up the wind. But no, too bad the Chinese restaurants probably do a better job at the roll up the window, and they won't use computer apps. Never. Egg roll. Uh-huh. But after this egg roll, I ain't done yet. I'll tell you. I took a chicken in the back. A little cherry and pepper goes a little long way. Not Chinese food. I tell you. My mouth will be definitely on fire for sure. Not funny, but Extra salt definitely makes you want to eat more. Same with potato chips. Definitely, I find that. But I'm gonna put that over there because I have room for my wings. Also, too, I actually got the on DVD. I got the Elimination Chamber match from 2021. $5 at Walmart. What an insult! And that's the newest published wrestling movie for this year. It's up to date. I was expecting it to be like $30 or more. And this is the wrestler card that I got. Yeah. Little cards in it. Sometimes you get little gift cards in there. I haven't seen that for years. Since the 1980s, when I was born in the 1990s, going up in the 90s. But back in a minute, guys. I go get more food. Oh, I got a lot more noodles too. Noodles coming out of my evening. Well, chicken wings, chicken wings. No hot dogs and bologna. I ain't saving none for my homies. I get to home. That's definitely. Get that off there. I just in the mood to be ripping off lids off of containers today, I tell you. A bowl for my bones. I gotta have a bowl for my bones. I tell you. I love my chicken wings, I'll tell you. But awesome stuff there. Definitely. I could sit here with the chicken wing eating contest. I tell you. I probably win too. Those my chicken wings. No, that was my chicken wings. That was my chicken wing bone. Definitely. But yeah, so that gave me guys a bit of an update. And we got the ball on the road today, guys. Definitely. Later I will. I'm done eating my chicken wings. Maybe sometime tonight. You'll be on Instagram Live. Definitely. Now we do have, and what I find funny is, and it's odd, because yes, we do have America. We're here in Canada, even all over Canada, or here in Ontario, Canada. We're starting in American businesses, definitely. A franchise. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting American stores here. I wouldn't be surprised if they slowly, bit by bit, the United States is starting to get some of our Canadian companies like Tim Hortons and that is Canadian owned because we're getting Starbucks. Again, we have Starbucks here in Ontario, Canada. We have Popeye's Chicken now here in Ontario, Canada. Even down here in Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada, but I'm not too far from. We have a Popeye's Chicken. It's kind of odd because they kind of bought out Taco Bell. And an American company. So is Taco Bell is an American company too. Well, more Spanish, Mexican, American, but or I don't more or mainly American or mainly American. I think more Spaniel, Mexican. I think, but yeah, but yeah, Popeyes is here is like everything else is drive through and walk through to go. In and out, in one door and out the back door. No sitting down in the Niners and that kind of stuff. So it's basically just drive through, walk through, and delivery only. No, I've never had Popeye's chicken. So a lot of people say it tastes better than KFC, but we have KFC here too as well. But yeah, we got a. Well, we had for a long period of time. When I was a kid growing up, we had a Kmart, again, which is American company. We had Towers, the department store, American. Which for a long period of time got bought out by Zellers and the Hudson's Bay Company and the Best Buy Company. And it went down the toilet a long time ago. Because Walmart bought out Zellers. I'm tired. It's kind of a crazy world we live in. Wow. And another thing about these platforms, guys, don't complain about people's content because us people on these platforms, do film and editing, and we go live. And yes, we have a thing called content. It's called and a thing called talent. Basically, with live social media, we can put out any content that we wish to put out. Still considering it's reasonable, and reasonable and acceptable, more or less, by the platform. Now, if it's acceptable by the platform and there's nothing wrong with the content and the platform accepts it, and there's nothing wrong with the content we're putting out, then this is our, like I said, this is our channel. This is our private channels, our private studios. Definitely. It's not for people that don't do live social media to get on here and start telling people what to do and how to do their live streams, or how their content should be, or how to do their content, how not to do their content. That's technically none of your business. Definitely. It is our content that we put out, because that's why we're classified as what you call small creators. No matter if we're volunteer broadcasters, like myself, we don't get paid, or if it's somebody in the States, in the United States that does get paid, to create content. These are classified as our studio channels, our shows. We're going to put out there what we want to put out. Definitely. End of discussion on that one. It doesn't matter if certain service clubs don't like this, they don't like that, because I know there's one here. They don't like my content because they got to gripe and complain about everything and try to control everything right down to the internet. And like I've said before, these are my shows. This is my YouTube channel that I'm on, my own private channel and studio. Same when I go on TikTok. So if I'm doing the 60-second videos and I'm using their audio tracks to the lip singing or whatever, or the movie theater cosplays, I have that right too, just like everybody else does. Definitely. It is not for you to complain about it. If you don't like it, you do not have to watch it. You can scroll on past. More or less. Don't create an issue. Don't create problems for the host. Don't get in the comment section and let your fingers slip. Don't start writing rude comments or bad comments and totally creating cyberbullying in that, because what all you're doing is you're gonna cause the whole comment bar to start up. Definitely. And it's a big mess to deal with. Totally. Even if you think it is a joke, it is not a joke. Even when it comes down to falsely reporting somebody's live stream, if there's nothing inappropriate on there, don't be hitting that report button, because it is not a joke, because it goes directly right to the app company. And you can actually, then they view these, and then if they see there's nothing wrong with us, then they will appeal us to come back on, and your account will actually be the one they'll go after. Definitely, for making a false complaint, and possibly you could be facing criminal persecution or charges. Definitely of making false accusations or cyber, and be held accountable for cyberbullying and harassment. So you might want to be careful, guys. Definitely. That's why I said it's not a toy. You don't report people unless you really, really have to report somebody, unless they're really, really being cruel to you. If they're just asking you a question like, "What's your pronouns?" That's your own choice if you don't want to answer them. But don't go around playing with report center, because it's not a toy. It's not a joke. Everybody's on TikTok has told you that on any of the platforms, and definitely. Because you got a personal grudge, or you specifically don't like that individual, that individual, you just don't personally like them, it's not a reason to get on here and start causing shit. Definitely. That's all I wanted to address on that one, and definitely. So if there is nothing inappropriate going on in the live stream, that kind of stuff like that, we just sit here talking, or if there's like sometimes we're going to big shows with the haunted house or whatever, and the person's just enjoying themselves, even if you see them having a few drinks or whatever, leave them alone. If you don't want to, if that offends, if that little thing, if that kind of somebody enjoying themselves or having a few drinks offends you, leave the room. That's all you have to do. You don't have to watch it. You can always watch another YouTube show. You don't have to put your 2 cents in and start writing rude comments or threatening comments, and starting a big powwow in the comment section. Definitely. That's going to harm and jeopardize the person's live stream for no reason, when we're not doing anything wrong. Definitely. Just to keep your eyes on them. That's what they call. That's what they identify as spam liking and shadow banning. That means just don't go in and watch the video halfway through and then like spam all the videos, because that harms the algorithm of the account. Definitely. If you're gonna watch the video all the way through to the end. Definitely. So that way that account host is not being shadow banned for no reason. Definitely. um, respect the live stream. And if that's all you got to do is watch only half the video, don't watch it all. Definitely. Your best bet is stay out of the room. If you can't respect the host that's hosting this video, definitely, like if it's me or anybody else, or if it's a specific organization that is hosting, you don't have to watch it. Even if we're doing stand-up comedy, when I do stand-up comedy for Joker's Corner Room, or Joker's on duty for Canada Live at home, on these platforms, we do our own thing. So we're making our own videos. We're filming our own videos, more or less. We're putting out our own content, that kind of stuff. Yes, in our own content, we do use material. It's called every. We're up to date with every day. What you call electronics, definitely like that. To make it sound livelier and that kind of stuff like that. So there is a large material usage that we do have rights to use, definitely, as live streamers, and we will use it, definitely. And as live streamers, we do not put up with people getting orderly, bossy, and telling us what to do and how to do it, because we have a system at my end. That if at any point in time, if like let's say somebody's becoming a problem in the live comment section, I know on some of the other platforms, we have mods and bouncers that will kick you out, or even me as no matter if it's a volunteer host, I'm a volunteer host. At any point in time, can kick you out of this room. We can actually kick you and remove you from watching these my live streams. It just means you just can't access to watch me while I'm live. If I have a reason, then I have to kick you out. Indefinitely. But usually I'm pretty good. I didn't have to kick a lot of people out, but on some platforms, yeah, I had to. I had reasons to. Definitely off the live from watching the live stream, but it doesn't mean that you can't go into another live stream and watch it. But it just means that if you get blocked or deleted or muted, it just means you're kicked out from this live stream, from this show. Definitely. That's all it means. It just blocks you from going into watching my stuff or whatever. If I have a cause to kick you or have to block you or kick you out. You just won't be able to get to view my stuff. Means you'll no longer get notifications that I'm live. That's all that means. Now, if you get so bad that the app has to actually cancel your account out, that's a different story. Hope you don't ever have to go that far, I'll tell you. Experience that. Means your actual YouTube account or your actual TikTok account is permanently gone. Permanently canceled right off the internet. And they can actually ban you from making any more accounts. Now, some people get around that because they have VPN. But if they got smart and blocked your VPNs, yeah, you wouldn't get back through. So just something to be cautious, guys, is so make sure that when you guys are really when you guys are viewing what these live streams or whatever, watch what you do, what you say in the comments, because your comments that you write on the wall comes across the screen and goes public. Definitely. So it goes. So basically, everything goes kind of worldwide. Definitely. I'm pretty good on YouTube here. I never had to actually have to mute or kick anybody out. On Beagle, oh yes, I had to kick out a whole army of people. Definitely. And I won't give the reasons why. And I had my reasons too, because of what they were saying, what they were doing. When they were video stitching, stuff I was seeing, I didn't like. More or less, it gave me the cause of reason to kick them. Definitely. Even a couple times when I was live on TikTok, yes, there's a big crowd of people I had to block, mute, delete, and scout, and I have actually canceled out. And I have actually canceled their accounts. That I've got that in my power too as a host. So that's why you guys got to be careful what you write down on the wall. Definitely, and what you're saying. When you're interacting with any live host, no matter what platform it is, definitely always show respect and everything else like that, because yes, we have the power to audio your account at any point in time if we feel it's necessary. Or what we call our mods or bouncers will do it. Either us hosts will do it, or if we have to, or our mods will do it, or our bouncers will do it. Definitely. Definitely with people, be careful, because you can go into a room and, like I said, you don't know, they could have 56 mods and 200 bouncers all in there at the same time, and you watch everybody getting kicked out of there. I'll tell you. The moment they see something inappropriate on the comment bar, or they video stitch something that's not appropriate, out they go. You don't even see them go flying out, just like a flash of lightning. So yeah, I just wanted to make that clear and address that, guys. So just so that way you guys understand, the report center is not a toy. Okay, you don't play with it. Like, don't be making false accusations on the host. That isn't true. Because what happens is you could actually ruin the whole entire account that we're paying for. Definitely, that we pay money into to use. And if we're not doing anything wrong, and we're falsely kicked out or falsely banned, because somebody wanted to crack a joke or something like that, yes, that is not a joke. That is very serious at our end, and probably are going to hunt to somehow get a hold of your account name and eventually hunt you down. And we're probably going to from our end involve the legal authorities after you, definitely, for making false harassment complaints and that kind of stuff like that. And you'll be up on cyberbullying charges and harassment in violation to community guidelines. So do be careful, guys, definitely. And that kind of stuff. That's why I said it's not a joke, because I caught a few people on TikTok coming in on my live saying, telling me, that they would report me for this and that, and I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just sitting here like I was now, just talking. And I caught them in the act and that kind of stuff like that. And then they went back and when I told them, I spoke out to them in a polite way. And like I said, I didn't name call them or nothing like that or put them on the spot. I told them calmly and like I am now. It's not a joke, but they still continue to get rude with me. And they turn around and they said, "Oh, we're just joking with you, bro. It's a joke." And I caught them. And right there, I caught them in a lie and sitting there thinking that they were going to make false complaints because they threatened to make false complaints. 5 seconds later, I was kicked out of my live stream and I was shut down. Definitely. That's how quick it happens. And then they lie and say, "Oh, no, we're not hackers. We're not this and that." And I caught the little fuckers in the act. Totally. So this is why I say, guys, sorry to put it that way, but you guys got to really watch yourself if you guys get into social media. This is why I say, guys, in generally, that kind of stuff. And before it went out, I said to them, I said, it's not a joke. Oh, they got pissed off at me. And you know what? Because they got pissed off because they didn't like how I confronted them in a peaceful and a positive way. I held myself in a peaceful and positive way. They got pissed off and wrote a false report to TikTok, and to the point that my live stream was not appealable. So this is why I said, and they're doing it to a lot of us innocent bystanders that are not doing anything wrong. But these trolls are the ones, or these cyberbullies, or these trolls are the ones that are violating the community standards and guidelines, not us. We're the victims. We're the ones that keep getting attacked by it, and we're the ones that TikTok keeps attacking and shutting their cameras off and shutting their accounts off for no reason and letting the trolls and bullies stay on that platform. Definitely. This is the thing with that particular TikTok app. That's where the problem lies. Definitely. They go after they turn around and they attack the wrong people. The people like myself that is not doing anything wrong, or somebody that may have a disability, they'll attack. Definitely. But the troll owner, oh no, they never get suspended. They never get shut off. They never get permanently canceled out. Totally. The owner of TikTok lets them do whatever they want. Half the time we think that the TikTok company is paying them to cyberbully. So sometimes we feel that the owners of TikTok is legally creating the problems or people's problems on there. It is people like Gary Vee that is actually creating the problems because some people feel he's paying them to do stuff to people. This is why I said, so there's sometimes we feel that the company itself, which we know it's located in Los Angeles, California, is extorting money, embezzling money to pay these bullies and trolls to bully people with disabilities on there or to bully people in generally. Because us innocent people that have been bullied on there, that kind of stuff like that, have lost our live streams from going live for 30 days, or some people have lost it permanently or automatically for no reason been canceled out. But these trolls and bullies are being paid to attack people. So sometimes we feel that the TikTok company itself is creating is the main culprit behind the problems of the cyberbullying itself, or paying the cyberbullies to bully, and extorting and using, because in the States they have an employment creator fund, and we're beginning to think that's what they're using to pay these cyberbullies to hack people, to hack their accounts, to steal their accounts, to steal their profile pictures. Like I had a couple of my profile pictures for my TikTok profile stolen, and they made up fake accounts. Definitely. Pretending to be me, or pretending to be somebody else. And definitely because they're stealing their pictures, they're stealing their profiles. They're doing a lot of nasty shit. Definitely, um, for clout and for money. And the TikTok company is paying them to do it. Um, because if they're in the States, yes, they're getting what you call a TikTok creator fund, employment fund, um, that they're eligible to apply for. Meaning they work for TikTok, means they get paid to sit on their ass at home to do their live streams, to do whatever they want, their 60-second videos. Well, in Canada, we don't get that. We don't have that system. Um, but in the States, sometimes people feel that the ad company itself that owns TikTok, is paying these trolls, because all these trolls and bullies are in the States, or they're across the world, and generally, and they're being paid by Gary Vee to troll, to bully people, and to hack, and to steal private information, and to steal their people's profile pictures, because I had mine stolen a couple times. That's the only reason why I had no choice but to make up several accounts, because I've had so many stolen from me, and they were just not usable, because I got notification that my accounts were was not usable. And TikTok wrote me and told me I had to keep making up a new account, because I always have to, every time I try to log into TikTok to do my 60-second videos, or to even go live, I gotta constantly keep registering for a TikTok over and over and over again every fucking day. It's getting annoying, I know. But no, I don't give up on. I should really do what I said I was going to do. Not give in, and you know, I could be a stuck up too myself, and just delete it, and quit it all in generally. But yeah, then there is some good people on there, that have been following me on there, that's been good to me, and we had you know um, become friends online, that kind of stuff like that. And they're all right type. The ones on there have been all right. Um, and definitely, and I don't want to end up disappearing on them and that kind of stuff. We kind of reconnected on Instagram and that kind of stuff like that too as well. But but yeah, there is a large sum of a big issue, um, going on TikTok. It should not be going on there. Definitely, um, like all the fun has gone out of it. All the fun, all the entertainment, like it used to be. You know, I go on TikTok. I got hooked on TikTok because I I came across it in 2015. I liked it. It got my attention because then everybody was, nobody was creating a problem for nobody. They were on there singing, dancing, having a good time. Like, hey, you know what? This was a pretty cool app. So I recommended it to all my friends. Half my friends have left it, because the way it's become. Um, Especially now and nowadays, all the fun and enjoyment is gone out of it, totally. There's no more much singing and dancing on there no more. There's no live theater, performance and arts, live theater movie cosplays on there no more. Nothing. Um, it's all to do with the pandemic. It's all to do with politics. It's all to do with BLM. Like I said, not against the Black Lives Matter movement. I think that is great, but I don't, because we see enough of it on CNN. We don't need to see it all over TikTok. Definitely. Um, like one lady said, it's becoming totally turning into a fucking soap opera. I'll be right back in a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, yeah, just making sure I'm not counting down. But yeah, it is. Like I said, again, putting in a piece of positive way here. It is not the way I came across it in 2015. It's not the TikTok I remember joining. Definitely. Um, I joined it to have fun and enjoy myself. To do some cooking shows here and there, like stuff people, teach people how to cook. Um, to enjoy myself, yeah, not all the time do I sing and dance, but to do the comedies on there, or to do live movie theater cosplays, performing theater arts cosplays on there, definitely. All the for you, all that comes across my For You page, I'm getting sick as a unit, is all politics, or police officers beating up on kids, or like some of the stuff we're seeing that shouldn't be coming across anybody's For You page, or they're taking CNN reports from CNN News or Fox News, and they're literally putting mocking audio to it, or they're reposting, they're stealing news coverage videos from the news channel and reposting it on TikTok, either with a voice overriding audio, or they're creating their own, or making stupid videos out of it, or they're taking the real video footage and they're reposting it on TikTok. When if you look at that, there is definitely they're stealing videos that don't belong to them, that belongs to CNN, that belongs to Fox News. I've seen certain account names do that, and it's pissing me off to the point. Definitely, because we see enough of it on the TV. We don't want to see all this shit all on TikTok. Like I said, I joined TikTok to enjoy myself on there, to sing to my favorite artist or whatever. Just to make myself smile and make other people smile. Like that's what I do. I don't need fucking politics bullshit coming across my For You fucking page all the time, or fucking garbage. And that's all we're seeing today. And I'm paying for this shit to my internet company, and this is what I'm getting? No, I'm not getting the proper service out of fucking TikTok that I'm fucking paying for. Definitely. And yes, of course, I have every right to take a stance on that, and so does other people, because in a way, yes, I'm losing a large sums of money. Definitely. I had one person write me and say, "Well, we don't fucking care." I felt like saying, "Yeah, would you like my internet bill, buddy? I can mail it down to fucking Texas to you and let you pay it, because you probably in your state you don't have to pay for your fucking internet, because you get everything fucking free, because you're a bunch of fucking, probably down there you're a bunch of fucking freeloaders, because you have ways of getting free fucking internet service. Well, here in Ontario, Canada, everything we use on the internet we have to pay for, no matter if it's YouTube. I don't have unlimited usage. No matter if it's YouTube or if it's TikTok or whatever apps we use, I got to pay money out of my pocket for it. Definitely, to use it, to be on there. I'm not going to get ripped off. Totally. None of us would. Definitely. Maybe in some areas, maybe in the States, oh yeah, all they have to do is install the app and jump on there and use it for free. And they don't have to pay any extra money on their internet service. Well, here in Canada, for every platform or app we use, we have to pay for it. It's not free. Not in this neck of the woods, I'll tell you. Like I said, like even though I have unlimited usage, that I pay into, but in the long run, it's I still have to pay the extra money on top of for every app that I use and install to be on those platforms. Definitely. So every time I access that camera, definitely, even if it's go live for 60 seconds or to use the TikTok audio, I'm paying money on my internet bill for that. Definitely, because I have to. And I pay it monthly on a monthly basis, month to month, like I do my rent, everything else like that. So a lot of people don't understand the different areas and the different time, the way different districts work. That they don't work all the same. Half these fucking rednecks down in the States think the whole world is equal. They think all the time zones are this. It's one big time zone. They're gone mentally fucking retarded in the head, and I can tell you that straight out. Because no matter where you live in the world, there's always going to be different time zones. Like even here in Canada, there's a time zone change. From like in Ontario, we have central time zone. We're out on the East Coast, you have Eastern time zone. So the time zone changes. So no matter where you go in the world, there's different time zones that you enter into. A lot of people don't understand a lot of that. I know I'm not. It may sound I'm sounding harsh. I'm not sounding harsh on that. Again, I just wanted to address that here on YouTube. That people are totally going mentally fucking stupid on that app. Totally. And TikTok has got to get after some of those people, and start shutting them down. Totally. Leave us innocent people alone that isn't doing anything wrong on there. Go after these fucking people that are stealing from CNN, stealing from Fox News. Those are the people they need to be hounding down. Those are the accounts they need to be attacking, because those CNN reports, videos, don't belong to them. They should not be republicating or reposting those reports. Definitely. Because if I see any more of those CNN videos popping up on people's private accounts on TikTok on their channels, guess what? I am writing an actual official complaint to Gary Vee, the head of TikTok, and filing a fucking report of copyright theft, because that's exactly what that is. Definitely. And those accounts will be shut down and removed off of TikTok in general. That's a reason to cancel them out, because if you read your agreement of terms of standards and conditions of your contract that you agreed to when registering the live social media, it's right there in black and fucking white ink. Right there. When you enter these live streams, it's right there that you press on to, that you agree to the terms and conditions. They're not reading it 100% clearly. Of course, some of them just scroll past the agreement and say, oh yeah, I agree. But they don't know what the fuck they're agreeing to. There's a thing called thoroughly reading, like I do. Thoroughly read the agreement form when registering for live social media. That's what you guys need to start doing. I know a lot of people don't do that, but you really need to take time to actually read it, scroll down, read the whole thing from top to fucking bottom. I know it's like a fucking laundry list, but take the time to read it from top to bottom thoroughly before entering into a live social media, so you guys know exactly what they want you to agree to before you guys enter into live social media. Not either if it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Read the whole thing through. Definitely. Don't sit there and fake read it. And just click on something you don't understand. You shouldn't even be on, people should not even be on live social media if they don't understand the terms and conditions and they're not thoroughly reading it. Or when they hit that agreement button. You can't hit the agreement. You shouldn't be allowed to hit the agreement button without reading the whole entire thing, but the algorithm allows you to do that. That's the big issue. And then they don't understand why the ad company itself, that's how they manipulate the system, because they write their own contract and they violate their own contract. Even if you're not violating contract, I'm not violating that volunteer agreement contract when joining it. They're the ones that wrote it. They're the ones that are violating their own contract. and they're just blaming us innocent bystanders. Saying, "Oh, all of a sudden they're sending you a notification. They shut you off because you violated this and that when you didn't violate anything. They're violating their own fucking contract they wrote up and false advertised their own contract. Now they're lucky they're in a country that they get away with that. If it was a Canadian company, no, that would not go over too well. That would actually stand in any federal court of law. They would get in shit for that and probably sued and would have been pulled off the entire internet network itself a long time ago. They would have been out of business last summer when they were going to go out of business. But they had quickly sold their contract over from China to this Gary V. Caillou looking dude. Definitely. That took it over. And basically, he took over somebody else's problem. Basically, took over someone else's garbage. Definitely is what he's done. And he's made it worse than the way it wasn't. Definitely, because when ByteDance had it, I can honestly say I didn't care what country it was coming out of. When ByteDance owned it, when I first joined it and it was under ByteDance, they had their agreement written up, and of course we all know the country of China was following their own agreements. They weren't breaking anything. They were acting more Canadian or American in their own country than half our Canadian people or American people do with contracts. Definitely. When it comes down to the volunteer contracts or whatever for these social medias, they followed it to a bone, right down to the bone on everything they wrote. It's just when Oracle took it over in Los Angeles, California, they changed it and they wrote it up again, and they changed all their algorithm, and they keep changing their algorithm, and the people that they should be taking down, that the trolls and the bullies on there that they should be taking down, they're not touching. They attacked us innocent people that weren't violating anything, that was following the rules and regulations. But Gary is breaking his own contracts that he wrote up. He's violating his own contract. But because he lives in a country, he lives in the States where they have what you call a Fifth Amendment bullshit, I can honestly say that he gets away with that. That's why he gets away what he gets away with. But if he was Canadian, he would not get away with this crap. Totally. Because we don't have, here in Canada, we don't have the Fifth Amendments or the Amendment C in our law system. So he would have been screwed. Totally would have been screwed, because he would have been ripped and taken down off the internet a long time ago for violating his own contract. Because in Canada, if you're a licensed business and you write up a contract, that contract is legal from the date it starts to its expiry date. Definitely. And you cannot, the actual person that publishes that contract, or business that publishes that contract for that employer or volunteer or whatever that they want them to sign, neither can the volunteer or employee or employer ever manipulate or contradict that contract, or it's a legal lawsuit. Definitely in any federal court of law. That's how our Canadian Constitution stands when it comes down to legal contracts or legal formation formats or forms, or it's considered as a legal contract. It's considered as a legal government documentation. Definitely. I'm not good with politics or nothing like that. My shows don't get into that shit. But I just wanted to address that. So Gary, if he was Canadian here and he was living here in Canada, he would not be allowed to pull that shit with any business, not even a physical, even with a little corner store, or he'd be out of business a long time ago. They would the government would shut him down. Definitely. Like even if it was a Canadian office here in Canada, or TikTok was a big Canadian company here in Canada, was owned by Canada here, For what he's doing, he would have been gone to jail for a long time ago, for violating for being a crook and contradicting his own contract that he wrote up, and plus would be sued and charged for false advertisement. Um, Definitely, and posting a false documentation online, definitely, to get members, and he would be charged with committing a scam, definitely. Um, when it comes down to these apps. So that's why I said we're kind of the reason why these big guys like Mark Zuckerberg and Gary Vee gets away with that shit, because they're in the part of the world, or they're outside of Canada. They're in the States where, yes, they get away. They have ways of getting around that crap because they have what we don't have. They have in their constitution, they have what you call the 5th or 25th Amendment that they can pull to get their ass out of shit. So they can go crying and whining to the White House and get around those criminal persecutions and get off of the clean slate. In Canada, you can't. Totally different. A lot of people don't understand that's how the two constitutions are different. Definitely. I was taught this. I don't know why when I was an Orangeman. But I was taught all this because I was in the Orange Lodge for years, went back in 2001, 2000 to 2003. And I was technically, as a kid, raised in the children's order. And I was taught from knee high to a grasshopper by the older veterans of the order, definitely. And I don't know why they were teaching me this shit for. I didn't care. But it's like even if you were like, and even if growing up as, this is way before I got married and had to become Catholic, but that's okay. But yeah, I was taught all this as a kid. I was educated on all this as even in the kids' order, definitely, or everything I gone through. I was everything from Boy Scout, from Beavers to Scouts to Cubs. I was taught all this. They taught all this. They taught shit the schools never taught. Even when I was in Army Air Cadets, they were teaching all this, the difference between all this shit and how it all works. Definitely, I didn't have to even go to, even in high school, I didn't have to step foot into business or accountant class. Definitely, because we were being taught all this all the way through our cadet days. Definitely. I don't know why we were taught all this, but we were at a young age, definitely. All I took in high school or public school and high school was performance. The fun stuff was performing magical theater and acting arts. Definitely is all I took. I passed that with flying colors. But yeah. Out of all the courses in school I couldn't pass, that was the only one I could pass. So I just wanted to show you guys the difference. Now I'm explaining the difference on how it was explained to me when I was growing up. And as a kid growing up, this is a type of thing they were not supposed to be telling us kids when we were growing up, but they did. Somebody had a slip of diarrhea in the mouth. Back those days, we had teachers that didn't give a shit about even their own curriculum rules and regulations like they do today. But yeah, so like I said, this is why a lot of TikTokers have been on since TikTok started in 2014, 2015. When it was good, definitely. What attracted us to become TikTokers, and then what we see compared to today, what it's turned into. Being on that kind of a platform for years, enjoying it, and then all of a sudden all this racist shit comes across it. We're seeing all these videos on there, coming across our For You page. It should not be coming across our For You page. It's not, definitely. It's supposed to be called a For You page for you, not for everybody. I'm getting somebody else's For You page shit coming across my For You page, since now they got all these different channels. Indefinitely. And like I said, it is harm, and what is happening is harming innocent accounts that isn't doing anything wrong is what it's doing, because it's intercepting private channels like mine, um, or private platforms like mine. Definitely, where we're using it in good standard, but because they're hacked, certain channels are hacking and crossing over other channels. I like TikTok better when they didn't have all these channels on there. It's becoming like a local satellite dish, but online on an app. Um, One channel's crossed in the other into the other. Like one's hacking into the other. It's crazy because you've got and 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 instead of why can they not separate channel the For You page, but they don't. Um, all the individual channels are banging face to face into the For You page. So it's the For You page is the only thing that doesn't have separate channels. Um, everywhere else, everything else, like every TikTok platform has got their own channels that they cross over. You've got native TikTok crossing Chinese TikTok. You got Newfie TikTok crossing LGBTQ TikTok. You have, you have all these TikTok channels banging right into each other, because there's no place for them to algorithm across the internet. Um, Definitely, everybody. It's one big fucking powwow online. Uh, Definitely. Um, but when it comes down to the For You page, everybody's For You videos is supposed to be for you. That's people make. That's supposed to be for you. Is being cramped into one little page, but yeah, everybody else is got a big, large, widespread of channels, definitely, or their own private channel that's crossing it. Now, it worked out before in 2015 because 2014 when it started, because it was they didn't have all these separate channels. It was just like Instagram; anybody can join it. Um, that kind of stuff like that, and as you joined it, you go live whenever you wanted to. You did your 60-second videos like your Instagram reel. Nothing was overlapping, nothing was overcrossing, nothing was banging into each other. Um, the people were very respectful, of people's difference. But no, ever since 2016 is when all the fun out of TikTok went out. Definitely, it all died out. It all became It all became one big battle. TikTok itself is becoming one big fighting grounds. Totally, people are at each other's throat. People are now calling or accusing innocent TikTokers that are not doing anything wrong. They're stealing their videos. They're reposting them. They're slandering them. There's accounts that are slandering their pictures. They're actually stealing videos off of people's Facebook pages and Instagram. Like they're literally hacking other platforms. They're stealing from Bigo. They're stealing people's information from Bigo. They're stealing people's videos from Facebook. They're stealing their pictures and everything, to get to get to get what they want from other platforms, and they're copy linking and hacking to their private TikTok channel, and they're uploading it to their private channel, and they're falsely, yes, calling people out or video stitching people to harass and to bully. This is why I'm smart when I'm on TikTok. I don't turn my video stitches on so people can start shit. I shut my comments off. Even my YouTube channel. I could turn my comments on, but no, I'm smart. I don't trust half of these dingamadinks on here. Totally. I know there's good people amongst them, but I don't trust half these clowns. So what I do is I shut the comments off and I give you the finger. Definitely. Because it's to control the trolls from writing their shit across my wall, from harming my account. That's why I shut it off. So that way I can go ahead and do my video. So yeah, it does sound like I'm talking to myself, but even though I'm live publicly, I shut the comments off so people cannot interact with me. Definitely, because there's certain times the wrong people can interact, um, and definitely, and should not ever interact with you at any point in time. So this is how I keep myself safe from the bullshit that goes on. I did an what it was I did an online, not an online, sorry, an on telephone um, interview with STK Entertainment and MFers Live, and they've been doing social media a hell of a lot longer than I have been. Definitely, I've been doing social media just shortly after they started. Um, That definitely. So when they started, I started into social media, and that was back in what was it? Yeah, about 2013, 2014. Um, and then TikTok came along in 2014, and I didn't come across TikTok until 2015, and I've been on TikTok ever since 2015. And it took me all these years to earn my way to go live on TikTok. Definitely. And then all this shit starts happening these days. Definitely. That didn't happen those days, because those days everything was great. Everything was great. That's what I said. Everybody was getting along with each other on there. We didn't have all these separate channels. There was not even. It was at first it was just a small private little thing. Um, Definitely. And it just as it grew, it got worse. Definitely. Um, it started to go downhill. Um, so after the states had their big election in the United States, um, and everybody in the United States decided they're going to change the algorithm on their device to Canadian district and regent when they're not Canadian. Um, Decides that's where all, because there was a suspension. TikTok was being suspended out of the United States, and everybody was bawling their eyes out because they didn't want to lose their TikTok channel, because they wanted a channel that they could fight with people on. Not basically, if you really look at it, that's when they started taking the enjoyment out of it, and it just became again, people using it to post politics, fucking religion. Um, you know, they're using they're using their live they're using their 60-second videos for the wrong purpose. They're literally bullying people with disabilities. They're getting so fucking bad on that app nowadays. There's very little, you see very little singing and comedy acts or movie cosplays that we're trying to bring back the way it started. But we're not having any luck with it. That's why I said, and generally, it should have been. I honestly think it should have been totally, with it getting this bad. And generally, I'm sorry, but Gary Vee in the States should be. I would say he should be legally put out of business, definitely, and lose his total lab and be ripped. Like TikTok should be totally ripped right off the internet generally, because nobody's respecting it on there. Nobody is respecting it. It is too many call outs. There's people being innocent people, people with disabilities. They're being accused of stuff. There was one guy. He has got Down syndrome. There was a bully hit his live stream and getting them all upset. The guy was calling him out. Stealing his videos. That kind of stuff like that, giving the guy a hard time. I don't even know who he was. He was somewhere in the States. I don't know who he was. The guy that was bullying him or whatever. I don't even know. I don't know where Ryan lives. If he lives in the States or Canada here. He is the guy that was being bullied, the disabled guy that was being bullied for his weight. The person was getting very racist. They were bringing up old news reports, accusing him of a crime that there's possibility that he would not be capable of ever doing with his kind of disability when it was done by a cop, totally in the States. The guy was being harassed. totally cyberly being harassed, and the guy was getting all upset. I seen that video. I was gonna video stitch that video, but no, I stay out of stuff like that when I see that. But it kind of it's a heartbreaker to have to see that on there. Definitely. You know, and these are the kind of accounts that Gary V, those kind of accounts, Gary V is not removing off of TikTok that should be removed off. It is innocent bystanders, people like myself that is not doing anything wrong, that have to sit there and we have to see this, we have to listen to this. Definitely. And this is what's coming across publicly on our For You page. Definitely. And that kind of stuff like that. So TikTok itself is not doing their fucking job in policing their own app. They're not like Instagram or Facebook, where they have their own bouncers or private security or mods that polices their app 24 hours a day. Definitely. To make sure that, you know, the hosts that go live are well protected. That kind of stuff like that they're not being, especially if they happen to be a volunteer host or a broadcaster, if they happen to have a physical disability or that kind of stuff like that. It is like there's no online protection for them. Definitely. Like there should be. There isn't. Totally. It is totally gone berserk. That's what I said. Out of all the apps on here, TikTok has got to be it's gone down so far. It's got a bad reputation. Totally. It's starting to develop. It is actually, yes, it is starting to develop a bad reputation because of a few assholes on there that's giving it a bad reputation. Definitely. And yes, this is going public right across YouTube. Definitely. So if they don't want to get to the point of being ripped right off the internet, I think they should be dealing with the actual trolls and bullies on there, and go through the whole entire thing, clean the whole entire fucking thing out. Definitely, that's what Gary needs to do to get his good rep back, or he's not gonna have a good rep. He's gonna end up being like Mark Zuckerberg with a bad reputation. That the whole entire internet community is going to hate. Definitely is going to hate. And he's going to have a bad name. Totally. This is what they need to really get correcting on the ball with. Totally. On that one. I'm not saying that TikTok is not a good app. It was at first, but because of a few jackasses on there, decides you're going to ruin it for all the rest of us. Definitely. And that's totally not that in any which way or form. That is not fair, because we have goals in place that we like to get ourselves ahead. But these fuckers are holding us back. Totally. We have goals. I am 40 years old today, but like there's someday, I went not right now, but maybe someday I eventually would like to achieve goals in the actual world of theater performing arts. Definitely. But I don't need cracker ass jackasses to hold people like me back. Totally. Because we get shadow banned or we get kicked off for no reason or we get accused of shit we're not even doing. But that they're doing. And they get to be queen, king, fucking shit of fucking TikTok. And they get paid to sit there and hack into everybody. Totally. And steal everybody's profiles or steal our pictures, steal our accounts, everything else like that. Like the TikTok office itself has got to get off their ass and get at these people and get them off there. And when they get them off there, there's no coming back. There's none of this VPN bullshit that they're allowing or linking. Shut down their VPNs, everything. When they actually, it was good. They finally got rid of that stupid vegan teacher. But yeah, shit, that bitch keeps coming back. No word of a lie. But yeah, but because she's got a VPN. Now, if they had have got into a VPN, definitely no, she wouldn't be able to get back on there. Definitely, because how she's enforcing her religion and everything else like that, forcing people to go vegan. Some people believe she caused a 16-year-old child to kill over because he tried going vegan. Something I heard. I don't know. I don't know if there's any. Again, I don't believe everything I hear on there, but apparently there's truth to it. There's a lot of people have got actual true images of it on there. Apparently, it got news reports of it happening or whatever, just because she's told him to go vegan. And he went vegan, and I guess he killed over with lack of malnutrition or something like that, because his body wasn't going to accept the changeover, something like that, because he was raised to eat a certain way or whatever, and there's a lot of things he was allergic to or something like that. Now, I've seen some very heartbreaking videos on that, definitely. I don't know if there's any truth to those. Now, a lot of people on there have been posting a lot of fake stuff. So I don't know if whoever posted those videos, if they were real videos, or again, they kind of looked and felt kind of real, but just by watching them. But again, it's hard to tell because it is an app where there's people that put a lot of fake shit on there, definitely, for clout or whatever, or to make a profit, totally, on an ad that is all copyright, which is all a copyright ad to begin with. That contains copyright material, that kind of stuff like that. Everything right down to the music, to the movie stuff, and that kind of stuff, scripts and that kind of stuff like that too as well. But yeah, I just wanted to make a clear addressment on that, totally. But like I said, the people that own TikTok, is their app. They can do whatever. Basic, I guess they do whatever they want. But like I said, they're just lucky to be where they are operating out of. Because like I said, they're operating out of Canada. They wouldn't be able to get away with this shit. Definitely, they wouldn't. They would have been shut down and off the internet a long time ago. Because our Canadian internet services and our Canadian authorities would have ripped that app right down, would have locked it and ripped it down within 24 hours. Definitely. It would have been gone a long time ago. And the people that own the app would have been locked up a long time ago. Definitely. They would be out of business, on welfare, having the groundhogs bring the mail. Definitely. The only reason why, like I said, they get away with what they get away with because they live in the States, and that's why they're getting what's getting them around their crooked behavior. Definitely, because they're in a country where they have rights to a constitution that has Declaration of Independence and has the 25th Amendment system. Definitely. Canada here, we don't have that shit. Don't want it. Wouldn't want it. Some of us here want it, but I personally wouldn't want it. Definitely. But, because our streets would be worse off than it is today if we had that. Because everybody would be pulling that. Be running to Justin Trudeau, our Prime Minister, trying to pull the 25th Amendment. And he'd be putting everybody back out on the street. Like money flying out of the sky. Totally. So I'm so glad we have that. And if he ever gets the idea in his head to start that, somebody do me a favor. Take a whistle bat to it. Give his wife that permission to do that, because she's the only one who's allowed to do that. Us Canadians, we can't do that. We just have to vote when it's our time to vote. That's it. Um, but yeah, no, I I hope he doesn't even send us down that road. I'll tell you, because I'll tell you, we wouldn't want that shit. Definitely. That's okay for the states because they had that since day one, since the Civil War ended. Definitely, but Canada here, no, we've never had that. Definitely, we wouldn't want it. We wouldn't want it, that Fifth Amendment bullshit. I'll tell you, because our streets would be so worst off. It'd be so full of crime. It wouldn't be funny. It'd be worse off than it is now. It's kind of hard for our police services to keep it under control nowadays. On how bad it's risen, even with this pandemic. It would rise worse if we had the Fifth Amendment, because everybody be using it. Definitely. So that's why I'm glad our country don't have we don't have to comply to that. But what we have in Canada, is the Queen. If they want to get anything dropped or whatever, they have to have a good explanation, and they got to write away to the Queen, which takes 6 months to 3 years before they get approval if she's going to send a denial letter back to them or approval letter back to them with a decision if she should free them back to the streets or not. It's a better system than the amendment, definitely, than what the states has. So, and our Queen is quite smart, because if she doesn't want to put them on the street, the Queen of England don't want to put them back on the street, they stay where they are. They don't go nowhere. If she gives in and says, okay, she may give them another chance, or the royal family decides they're going to give them another chance or whatever like that, and takes the chance on approving their case, then that's where they're standing for the crown of England itself, and they get off scot-free like nothing even happened. She wipes her ass of all their crimes, definitely. Kind of thing how it works. Definitely. So she has the choice if she wants to clean their ass up or not clean their ass up. Definitely. So in this situation, she's God. Okay, that's how it works. This is why I said I'm so glad that in Canada we don't have the Fifth Amendment bullshit, because everybody be using it. See, with the states, all they have to do, they don't have to go before the Queen or the Pope to get approved, to decide if they stay where they are or if they get let back out on the street. In the states, they got a president to run to, that can make a final decision right there, a 24-hour decision right there, and he or she's always going to give in and say, yeah, okay, slap on the wrist, don't do that again, and they're cleaned up and out. Definitely. And then they go back to their old ways again. Definitely. With the Queen, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. It is what she says goes. Definitely. Same with the King. What he says goes. What she says goes. Type deal here in Canada. That's the way we work. Definitely. Because she is our sovereign and Godhead over Canada. Definitely. Is the royal family of England. Good thing we had, again, years ago, we had it would have been either our sovereign either had to became the Queen of England, the royal family of England, which it has been for decades and generations since the war times, or back those days, my grandfather was even saying we almost came close to coming under the royals of Spain and Egypt. Definitely. We could have went either way. And on top of that, instead of answering to the Pope, we came close. There was a generation when we almost came close to answering to Hitler, because of Canada's Nazi history itself. Because at one time, before Canada became a country, before it was even Britain, before our before our red and white flag, we were under the United Kingdom flag. But before then, we were under the Nazi Germany flag. We were under Nazi command during the war times, definitely, and that kind of stuff like that. So we could have went either way. Totally. This is what I said over history, and my grandfather was sharing this. Like, he was the next Nazi. So before he came over here, and he escaped them and came over here when we became a country. When we became a country, he went into the Royal Air Force and became a mechanic. That kind of stuff like that. So, which back those days, in his young days, were very, very hard to do. And he was one of the top guys for the Freemasons, the head of the Freemason Lodge, Grand Lodge of Canada, for years. And then he was running down through the states. I'm not going to mention the other group, which is a white supremacy group, which was used to be known as the KKKs. He was into all that crap and that kind of stuff. I'm not proud of him for it, that part of it, but he told me all his war history and his young history and that kind of stuff like that. And he survived it all to see me born in 1980, and then he died in the early 1990s and that kind of stuff, of a heart attack and that kind of stuff like that. And how he did some film also in 1984, how he was behind big film projects like The Never-Ending Story with Wolfgang Peterson. But his name was just not on the credits. It was Wolfgang that was on there, but he was still part of it. My grandfather was still part of that crew and that kind of stuff like that traveled with them, that was putting out expenses for those projects with his Freemason order. Definitely, that was paying for the staging setup, to fly the actors, the cast and crew, that kind of stuff like that, providing the transportation costs for them and everything. That's what he used to do. But yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. But there was a time and era. We could have. A lot of people don't realize, seriously, which way we could have went. We could have. Again, we came into a time of freedom and peace. We came close not to. I know my grandfather was sharing this with me when I was a little kid, and I never understood it. Definitely. But yeah, and today it may not even feel like that today. Now with this pandemic going on, or whatever, it feels like yes, his times are haunting us. Definitely. Again, everything that went on in history back in World War II feels like it's haunting us. It's starting all over again. Definitely, it just feels like that to a lot of us. Definitely, when this pandemic hit. But I'm not going to go into much in detail into that. But that's why it, like I said, it's scaring a lot of this. And then me at a young age, again, seeing a reflection on something he went through back in his young days, that history wants to repeat itself, and it seems like it's trying to start all over again. Definitely. But we just hope it never does, but goes any deeper, any further. But yeah, so even though I was born with different nationalities in my family, because, like I said, ancestry, they mixed married and that kind of stuff like that. Nobody stayed to one culture. They didn't stay to their own culture. Before I was born, everybody was gigolos for generations. I come from a whole line of them, definitely. But yeah, so there's some education moment for you guys there, again, on this YouTube channel. Definitely. Again, a little bit, it sounds like I'm being harsh, but I'm not being harsh. I'm just kind of disappointed. Like I said, it's just giving some examples. But I'm just kind of disappointed on the way I'm seeing TikTok go downhill, especially with it being started out as being such a good app that everybody was loving. And it took a lot of people away from Facebook. Again, it did. It took people away from Facebook and other platforms, because I know I go the odd time I go live on Facebook, nobody's live, nobody's on Facebook no more, because they're all over on TikTok. But yeah, it is. But again, now since it's going downhill, everybody's moving on to finding other platforms, and they're going there, or they're coming back to YouTube, or they're going back to Instagram, or slowly they're winding their way back to Facebook, because they got no other place to go, because they're sick and tired of the bullshit that's going on TikTok. Definitely. They're sick and tired of having their live streams suspended for no reason when they're not doing anything, or kids on there false reporting people for no reason, and they're hitting us wrong people, that kind of stuff that's not doing anything wrong. They're just making false accusations after false accusations to the company itself, and they don't understand how illegal that is. Definitely. To a company that has taken it quite seriously, definitely, in their database, so or on their software files, definitely, that kind of stuff like that. So this is why I said, guys, don't fuck with buttons you don't know nothing about, or what they do, or what information they send. That's why I said it's not a toy. Like I said, I never ever report people on TikTok unless I really have to report them. Unless something happens that the person gets too bad, then yes, I will report them. Or if a pedophile comes in and starts up on me or whatever, or tries his pervertedness, or push himself sexually on me or something like that, and I have to report that person because they're getting so bad, then yes, I'll kick them. Other than that, if they're not doing anything wrong, if they're coming in, they're not doing anything wrong, there's not a reason to kick them. Definitely. So, Eder, hi, how you doing? Welcome on in. So I just wanted to kind of explain on how that works. That basically that don't mess with buttons you don't know about. Definitely. Unless you have a legitimate reason to use those buttons. Definitely. Again, I was just setting those examples on there, and definitely, and that kind of stuff like that. So, like I said, guys, there is different different ways of dealing with people if you have to, and that kind of stuff, unless you really have to. But basically, as far as taking people's videos people are taking people's videos on TikTok and profile pictures, and calling them out, definitely is not acceptable. Definitely, ever. It's just making their problems even more and more worse than anything, and they don't realize that. And that definitely. Now, that is the thing. I never video stitch people, and I never call people. I never ever hardly post anything to call people out on anything. Definitely. Oh, okay, cool. And that, but thank you for popping on in. But yeah. So again, just to give you guys a little bit of the different communities that you guys are gonna find on TikTok. They come through. They're different. Again, respect them, definitely, for the pronouns. Definitely. There's nothing wrong with, in a way, yes, there's nothing wrong with asking somebody what their pronouns are. It's the individual's choice if they want to, in the video, share what their pronouns are or not. If they want to keep it confidential, that's basically their own choice. And then they're being smart because they're on social media. And generally, that goes public. Like, like that's not a have to that they have to share that with you. If they choose to share that with you, that is your own choice. Only ask it once. Don't ask it 5 or 6 times, because you could actually upset the person very easily or offend the person. Um, that kind of stuff like that too as well. So that's basically the smartest way I could put that. Indefinitely. That kind of stuff like that. So basically, I don't go live much anymore on TikTok. Again, like I said, again, I was one of the ones that people are actually have kicked off there for no reason, and I haven't done anything wrong on TikTok. Definitely, TikTok is just kicking whoever they want off there. Definitely. Um, Fun going live, but I just do my 60-second videos. I go live on other platforms totally that don't do that. Definitely. Um, so like when my cameras are working, that kind of stuff like that, and I will do a 60 second or 15-second TikTok video. That is it. But far as going live on TikTok, no, I'm not. I'm not going live anymore on TikTok. That kind of stuff like that. So, because technically, the the actual live stream of it is getting very unsafe. Totally. The other platforms are a lot safer right now, as far as I can see. But that's good. I hope it stays that way. But yeah, as far as 60-second videos goes, guys, I only do 60-second videos or 15-second videos. Also, too, so everybody knows, do not harass. Okay, guys, there's different channels on TikTok. Don't be assholes and harass the LGBTQ community, guys. Definitely, because I'm seeing a lot of that on TikTok. They're disrespecting their pronouns. Same with the trans community. They're disrespecting the pronouns. They're disrespecting their in general personality, or the way they live their life, because people are getting rude on there, and that definitely like that. I've seen those comments. I'm getting sick of seeing those comments. If by chance, if the host is a trans male, do not call her a she. It is disrespectful. It is a he. The pronoun would be he, him. If the transgender is a female to male, if the transgender is a male to female, it is she, her, or her, she. Means you address them as like you would a natural born female, definitely, by their female name. Don't get on there. Don't be calling them a bro. Don't be calling them, a dude. That kind of stuff like that. That is very disrespectful shit that I've been seeing I've seen in some of those. I've read some of those comments just by viewing or watching. Definitely, because I have a lot of good friends that are of those communities, and that kind of stuff like that. And I respect them for who they have become, that kind of stuff like that. So don't be sitting there and making asses out of yourself and being disrespectful towards them. If you can't leave them alone, like everybody said, scroll past them. Don't sit there and start fighting with them, and start threatening them and saying, the government's going to end their existence. None of that stuff is true, because of the way the human rights is. Definitely. It is all sitting on now that they have what you call a very self-advocate human rights movement. Very strong self-advocate human rights movement. That kind of stuff like that. So I used to do a lot of that with People's First, definitely in Peterborough, Ontario. Used to be part of some of those self-advocate movements. and they are very very well protected by the law, and they're also very very strong when they self-advocate. Totally. So basically, guys, if you're in some of the chat rooms or on any of the channels, do respect that host. Definitely, please. You won't understand this, but that's okay. Definitely. I know. Again, this is not addressed to anybody on YouTube. Don't worry about that. There is people on, like I said, there's people on that are on TikTok. That this is actually because some of the TikTok people that have been rude to some of these channels are on YouTube. So this is the only way I can get them, because my live channel is not working on TikTok. So it's not a call out or anything. It's just an educational moment. So like I said, if you're not a TikToker, you don't have to worry about any of that. This doesn't apply to anybody on YouTube, definitely. But like I said, we do have a few TikTokers that are on YouTube, and some of them a lot of them are pretty good. The ones I subscribe to have been pretty good, but there's ones, because it's all public. Some of the rude clowns, more or less, this is kind of what you call a kick in the ass for them, definitely. Giving them a bit of a wake up call. But if you live in the parts, like you said, you live in a parts of the world where you probably you may not understand our Canadian or American culture, definitely. So that is okay. That is quite understandable. So yeah, you won't have a clue what I'm talking about, definitely. But it has nothing. Again, I'm not addressing it to the YouTube people. It is the TikTok people that are on YouTube. We got a few rude clowns on TikTok. They can't keep their fingers to themselves when they type comments and that kind of stuff like that. That is on YouTube. So this is a bit of a kick in the ass for those TikTokers, definitely. And then I have my good ones. I have my good ones on here, definitely. And generally on that one. But yeah, so again, this was just kind of a bit of an educational moment, definitely. So that's why I said like yes. So it doesn't matter where you live in the world. Yes, you have your good people and you have your rude people. You never get around that. Totally. But yeah, thank you for jumping on in there, following on in. But yeah, so I just wanted to just put that kind of make that addressment though. So that's this way it is made this way, that if there's new people interested in joining TikTok, definitely that you know what to avoid. Definitely, if you choose to become a TikToker, or you thinking you come across it, you think it's kind of cool, or your kids introduce it to you. When you get to be new on there and that kind of stuff. I've been on TikTok for years. Basically giving you the heads up what you're getting into. Definitely. More or less with some of these clowns on there, the way they go on, definitely, especially if you're in way to go live. Just be careful is all I'm saying. If you're going to be a new TikToker or whatever, be careful. Basically, be careful who you interact with. Be careful who you're following. That kind of stuff before you step foot on the platform, because, like I said, there is a lot of trolls on TikTok. I'll tell you, TikTok is like becoming a troll hotel. They all check in. They don't always check out. Definitely. You can't get them. You can't get them to check out. As much as you want them to check out, they don't check out. They keep coming back and coming back. It's worse than Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on TikTok Street. Definitely. That's the way I'll put it. So that like even if I do go live, if I do decide to go live on TikTok, there's certain times I will go live on TikTok. Certain times I won't. Um, I'm I'm starting to learn that definitely, because there's good times a day where I get to good people, and then there's certain times a day I don't get to good people. That definitely if it's like after 8 o'clock at night, it's the spooky hour. Definitely, all the crack addicts are out on there. Totally, it's totally a waste of live stream time. Definitely. Especially if it is like if it's a Thursday night or if it's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, definitely is the worst time to go live on TikTok. Definitely. I learned that long time ago. About back what was back Christmas time. Definitely I learned that. But yeah, so that's basically there's a little bit of an idea on how to keep yourself safe on live social media if you like to get into do live social media, and you can have fun with live social media. That's what live social media is supposed to be about, is to enjoy yourself. So like let's say, after all this pandemic stuff is over and the events start coming back or whatever, people use live social media to film live fun stuff. The way social media should be about, more or less, or if you're at your favorite concert or whatever like that, going in there, filming it, put some good positive stuff on it, stuff that people are going to enjoy. That it does hit the For You page, because you don't know when it's going to hit the For You page on TikTok. That is worth putting on there. Definitely, that people are going to enjoy. That's going to go across the For You page, not what I've been seeing on the For You page. It's becoming, the For You page is more becoming the fuck page than anything. So, like I said, it's all politics on there. It's all religion on there. It's a lot of hate, a lot of racism. You got you got the Native community going after the white community on there. It is, oh my goodness, it is a fucking hellhole. It's gone downhill. Sorry to put it that way. It has gone downhill. Enough to give you a migraine headache. People don't even do anything wrong, because all these channels are crossing each other, and it is we've been shadow banned after shadow ban, suspended after suspended for no reason, and the people that should be shadow banned and suspended aren't getting suspended or shadow banned or kicked out. They've got it good on there, totally. I tell you, it's crazy. It's not like the way it was when it first started. I loved it when ByteDance owned it. I'm sorry, I didn't care what company owned it or what country owned it. I didn't even care if China owned it. They did a good job owning it. That's what I can grant. I can put them on a high pedestal for that, because when they had it, they were doing so well with it. It is, they policed it. People were having a good time, people getting along with each other. There was no racism on it. There was no hate. People were not making hate videos. They were not making racism videos. They weren't calling people out. They weren't fighting with people. They weren't bullying people. Everybody was getting along. Like it was a way that it came out to be that way social media was supposed to have been about. It was all enjoyment, using it for the right manner, for performing theater arts, musical art, dancing, singing, that kind of stuff like that. They even had pole dancers on there, believe it or not. At least they were using it constructively. Definitely for what it was built for. But no, not today. They had to ruin everything totally. Again, it got bigger, it grew. other people ruined it for people like us. Totally. Um, Definitely. Like we weren't like people like me don't do anything wrong on there and that kind of stuff that we enjoy going live, you know, share our talents, that kind of thing, what the app is supposed to be for. Our social media is supposed to be for, but then you get all this politics shit coming across there. You got people stealing your, doxing your accounts, stealing your accounts, stealing your profile pictures, making up fake accounts, pretending that they're me or you. Um, like it has gone downhill so far. There's too much fighting. There's too much negativity, anger on that app. It's getting totally bad, totally. And this all happened when Oracle bought it over in California. When Hong Kong, China owned it. Oh no, everybody was loving it. It was all it was all going well. Definitely. Everybody was enjoying themselves. There was no racism at all coming across there. They weren't stealing news reports or news videos from CNN or Fox News. They were not copyright thefting from news media channels. Definitely off the TV, off cable or satellite. These idiots on here, dude. After 2016 hit, 2017 hit, and up to when it's got bought and over, it got bad. All the enjoyment started dying out of it. As of 2018 is when it started. All the enjoyment started dying out of it. It totally went downhill. People started putting garbage on the For You page, and it started affecting other people's accounts because they were doxing it to like innocent accounts like mine, that kind of stuff like that, and it was coming across our For You page, and it's making our accounts look bad. Totally. That's what these people are doing. Again, there's a lot of hate speech on there. There's a lot of people calling people out, accusing people, people with disabilities being harassed, being bullied, being threatened, being accused of murdering people, when people with disabilities can't even pick up a 300-pound stone. Totally. I wouldn't know what to do with it. Definitely, I'm just using that as an example. I know I have a disability myself, but I am an all right type of person. But when you get cyber bully clowns on there, thinking they're going to all of a sudden, because based on their skin color or because of their size or weight, just because they see what you call all this negativity on one site, they go to someone else's site and start accusing them falsely for something they're not even doing. This is what I said, and then they dox their account, they steal their videos, and they expose them publicly. Their videos, their profile picture, they literally steal shit that's not theirs to steal. Definitely. They're stealing shit. They're stealing videos and photos from people, from other accounts, or from accounts like my account. They're literally stealing, or they're stealing your whole entire account, and using it and getting into it. There's so much ripping off going on. Totally. I know I've caught people doing that with my Facebook account a couple of times too. That's why I've got so many Facebook accounts, because people keep stealing my account and hacking it, and they won't quit. Definitely. So then I got to go back and re-register everything, or recode everything in. Like I said, is getting ridiculous. Even with TikTok, you should only have to update it once a year, not every single day when you log into it. It is crazy. It's like every single day if I want to go make a 60-second video. Or go, if I do decide to go live on TikTok, I got to keep registering the damn app. Totally. And I shouldn't have to do that. That is how crazy it is. But if I can come on this platform, and I don't have to keep registering it. I only have to re-register it once a year at the beginning of the year. That is it, and it's good for the whole entire year, or for 2 years, or 2 to 3 years, before I actually have to update it. Not every day when I go to log into it. This is what I said, or my Instagram. I don't have to keep constantly updating the registration. I only have to do that either once a year or every 3 years. That's about it. Other than that, excuse me. It works stronger for me and that kind of stuff like that too as well. But yeah. But yeah, guys, that there's just a bit of an education thing. So basically, guys, I've got the heads up. If you do ever decide, you want to give TikTok a try or whatever, be advised what you are facing. Definitely, I guess I can give you those heads up warnings. And definitely, it is turned into a total war zone. I'm gonna give you the heads up on that right now. TikTok has gone, like I said, has gone downhill enormously since it started in 2014. It's not the way it used to be. It's not the TikTok I used to remember. It's not the same TikTok that I remember joining back in 2015. It's fallen apart big time, definitely. And it's getting worse every day. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Every single day, and by every single year, it's getting worse. Indefinitely. And also to the fact that there is a guinea pig, groundhog, gerbil cult going around on TikTok too. Be careful of them too. They're just as bad. So gives you guys kind of heads up if you have kids and they say, hey, mom, dad, go try TikTok. Be cautious though. When you do, if you do give in and let them go on TikTok, make sure you well supervise them, guys, please. Definitely, because TikTok is getting very bad. It is getting very toxic. Definitely, I'm going to give you guys the warning, the heads up now. Definitely. And that the owners of the app itself doesn't do their job. They're not doing anything to keep law and order on there. Definitely, like all these other platforms are doing, and these other apps are doing. Their security is totally shit on there. I can honestly tell you that straight up. I know, take it from somebody that's been on there for years, that's starting to see this and that kind of stuff like that, and has lost their live stream for no reason. Because there's lots of other people like me that have lost their live streams for no particular reason. And cameras were shut off from even doing 60-second videos. This is what I said. So it kind of becomes they come on and they go off. They come on and they go off. They come on and they go off. Definitely, and especially when it's a platform that I'm paying for to belong to. I'm paying money to my internet company to belong to. Yes, it is. It's an issue with me because I'm losing money. And maybe some people don't care about that, but I do. Definitely. Like I said, even when I go, like it was fine up till now. It was fine up to 2018. Then when 2018 hit, oh yeah, all this bullshit started with the ad or whatever. That's where people are being ripped off. No, I don't get paid to be on there. I paid money to my internet company to use the app, to install and use the app. So whatever audio that I'm using, like if I'm using the soundtrack audios, I pay money on my internet bill for all that. When I pay my bill every month, I'm paying for all that. Definitely. So to use it, to use that app to go on there to enjoy myself, to make other people smile and make other people laugh, that kind of stuff like that, to get the enjoyment out of it, since we can't go to karaoke because it's shut down because of all this pandemic. This Nazi virus going around. But yeah, the way I put it. So what else? We're stuck at home. So what else is there to do while you're stuck at home? So you're not being bored. Everybody rather, hey, why don't we tune into TikTok? Why don't we jump on TikTok? Well, it's fun. We can't because TikTok keeps shutting us off every time we go live because some idiot decides they're going to make a false report to TikTok because they're offended by our TikTok videos. That kind of stuff like that, and we're keeping to ourselves, so we're not bothering them. Definitely, because they want to hate, they want to cyberbully, they want to troll. They got the attitude because you're not talking to them or paying attention to them. They shut you off, and they don't realize that in areas like Ontario, Canada, here to use these platforms. I had to pay money for it, definitely. So, like I said, when I pay my internet bill, I'm paying for YouTube. I'm paying for TikTok. I'm paying for Facebook. I'm paying for Bigo. I am not. I don't get to go on here for where am I getting to go on here for free? I don't. I'm paying my bills. I'm paying money out of my pocket. Definitely. That could go to be paid for something else. But to enjoy myself, to go on the app, to enjoy myself, to have a good time, that kind of stuff like that, to go live, to share my talents or whatever, or to do the 60-second videos, the 15-second videos with the airband lip sync or whatever, or the comedy on there because I like that kind of thing, or like stuff to do with the live performing theater arts and that kind of stuff like that, which the app was developed for to begin with. Wasn't for all this politics and religion nonsense. Definitely. That's not what the app was for. Definitely it was so people could get out, share their talents, enjoy themselves, turn the depressing day into a good day, that kind of stuff. So they can actually meet the celebrities, their favorite celebrities, in person and talk to them. Get to know them. Ask them questions on how do they get to become a celebrity, or encourage the high school kids coming out of high school, or the public school kids going through high school, what they may want to be after school. I mean, after coming out of high school or whatever, what they want to come out of high school, basically come out to be, more or less. What celebrity, if they want to go into the celebrity world, or they want to learn about acting, they want to learn about movie making, that kind of stuff like that. They don't need to see all this negative politicianal stuff. They don't need to be seeing at a young age, and I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. They don't need to see people burning country flags. They don't need to see police officers killing people. They don't need to see police officers beating on a Jamaican fellow or a South African fellow violently. Kids don't need to see that kind of thing. And when you have an app like TikTok that's got children on it and mixed ages, the children, I can't help seeing that when it hits the For You page. Definitely. This is what this kind of stuff that people are draining the fun and enjoyment out of it. And then they're turning around and a lot of the adults are bullying the children. Definitely, because they don't want them on their page if they're under 18. But hey, the app itself, to join it says 12 years old and up. It starts at a very young age, and it was the kids that started the TikTok app to begin with, not the adults. Because the adults, we have Bigo and that kind of stuff like that where we can go on, but or Instagram, but because TikTok would allow anybody on there because of the fact they didn't want to get the company didn't want to face any discriminatorial in any way. So consider the adults were allowed on there. It was open to all ages, 12 to an adult. considering that the adults would comply to the same rules and regulations that the kids would have to comply to. Definitely, to be on there. But the adults now are trying to bully the kids right off there. Totally. It is like they're taking over they're taking over everything. Definitely. I'm not personally like that. But like I said, I do see what's going on there. And definitely, but basically that was the real reason for TikTok's existence on the internet. A lot of people do not understand that. Not what it's become today. Definitely. There is it was started as basically in 2014 and 15. Was originally started for educational purposes. So it was one of the youngest. It was one of the youngest apps to ever start. That would start at will allow kids to join it at the ages of 12 to an adult. So that way they can sit and talk with their favorite celebrities. It was a safe place for them to talk with their favorite celebrities, like the wrestlers, the Ghostbuster chapters, that kind of stuff like that. Even the Ghostbusters are still left today. Get to know the guys, that kind of stuff like that. It was developed as a safe place. It is now become an unsafe app. It definitely is what I'm seeing it, and it shouldn't have not gone this far. Totally. Like even around Christmas time, the idea of Santa and his elves being on there. He was on there because of making it a safe chat with Santa Claus at Christmas time for the kids. But of course, the adults get in there with the bullying and saying negative things about Santa Claus and that kind of stuff like that. Disrespecting his existence, definitely in front of a child's app that says 12 and up. So you really think about it, a child at 12 years of age still believes in Santa Claus. A lot of people do not understand that. Now, 9/10 of them, no, they probably would at that age. Yes, it would mature up, but there is still, yes, there is still kids that may have autism or maybe autistic at that age. That he is their idol. Okay, he is their god, technically, and he's somebody they look up to, definitely, or their adult figure they look up to. That Christmas time is the only time they get to actually talk to him. Definitely. Because all the other, I know I still got my Christmas tree up. I'm a fool. Definitely. But again, like I said, I took all the Christmas stuff off a long time ago. It's up for Canada Day. Okay. Definitely it's Canada Day decorations. And definitely, and yes, there is also too. Yes, there is adults with disabilities that still believe in Santa Claus because that's the only hope and faith they have. Definitely, and that kind of thing, and that is okay. Totally, there's nothing wrong with that. It's get used to it. It's a pronoun, okay, guys. So respect that. Definitely. I know that might have been something I might have grown out of at a young age, but there's people that never grow out of that, and that is okay. That's acceptable. That kind of stuff like that. At least they have something at least they have a stronger faith system than we would ever have. I'll tell you, a lot of people don't see that. At least they believe in something, That's where it goes to show you to respect people's pronouns, that their beliefs are different. They're not all the same. Definitely. That kind of stuff like that too as well. Like this is like if I was a very rich person, okay, I would buy the app myself, but I wouldn't want to because I wouldn't want to put up with the propaganda that goes on it. Or the or be roped into a big liability. And definitely that kind of stuff like that. So, but this is the real purposes why ByteDance originally started up the app to begin with, and why it was their app company, and it was doing well in their hands. Definitely, a lot of people do not see that. They think they don't see that, but yes, it was doing a lot well in their hands. Definitely when they owned it. Again, yes, they may come from a communist country, but at least they were policing their own app. Definitely, they were keeping it. They were keeping it under control. They were keeping law and order on that app. Definitely, that a lot of people didn't see. But it's just when I got into the hands of Oracle in the States, yeah, that's where it all fell apart. That's where it all fell apart. When Gary Vee got his hands on it, that's where it all fell apart because he let it fall apart. He doesn't give 2 cents what goes on it. Definitely, he's not a type of guy that takes liability for anything. Definitely, he's like what you call your everyday midnight mover. He could surprise you. He could disappear within 24 hours if he really wanted to, and be one of those kind of and take or delete his own app right off the internet, even if he wanted to. Totally, so it's no existence. Well, that solves that problem. Definitely, like he could pull a midnight scam and move in 2 seconds. Definitely, that's what type of personality we see he has. Definitely, just by watching his videos and that kind of stuff, because he has. I'm not trying to say this in a disrespectful way. He's looks like to be one of those guys. Yes, he has a very crooked personality, definitely, and very connish personality, and a very ripping off type personality. Type of guy he crosses to identify as, definitely, just by watching his videos, and that's actually what I can honestly. From this point of view, at this point in time, definitely, just by his definitely, or just by his personality, the way it is. Like, yes, I know we're all not perfect. We do. At times I slip of the tongue too as well. I can say I'm not perfect, but when he is doing, I'm not doing public conferences in front of high schools or kids' public schools. When TikTok was introduced into Canada here, when he came to Canada here, and all down through the States, he was in a kid's grade 3 classroom, and everything that came out of his mouth was profanity and foul language. Definitely was very sexual language, perverted language. When he was introducing it, before he even bought it over, when he was in the process of buying over TikTok. He was so bad, it was not funny. He was actually in front of an actual grade 3 class, public school grade 3 class. He was talking sexual, perverted. There was videos where it showed those videos on TikTok during those rounds. Times, definitely, when he was in the process of buying it over. When he was doing those conferences. Now, that would have been fine if he was standing in front of a college or university with full-grown adult students. But no, he was doing this in what was it? Just by watching the videos, and I watched some of his YouTube videos too. And I wanted to point this out because when he's public speaking in front of a high school or a grade 6 or a grade 3 class, he's up on the stage. He is swearing. He's cursing constantly. One of the teachers laid into him and said, you know, you shouldn't be talking like that in front of little kids. How are you becoming a big-time ab owner, with that kind of a mouth, even or addressing a product or introducing a product that he was buying into, but he was on there. He had the sailor mouth going. I don't know if he was high on weed or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't go to any of his shows or conferences. I'll tell you. Oh man, when I get up and have something to say, definitely, I battle. I battle that clown out in 2 minutes. For swearing in front of a grade 3 class like that, totally. If I was a teacher, oh yeah, I'd say, guess what? Sorry, kids, conference is over. I call the cops and say, guess what? Take them out of here. Got fucking drunk. That's the way I would have been if I was a teacher. I tell you, I have a grade 3 class. I would not put up with that. I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't. Not at any conference. Now, if he was like I said, if he was doing it in front of a university or a college at an college, yes, that would have been funny. Again, that would have been fine. But even college universities don't even put up with that. Definitely, they would have removed him right out of that college or right off that stage. But yeah, this is why I said I seen that video. I know when I would, like I said, I've been on TikTok since 2015. And that up till now, and I've seen some of his videos, and I can tell you how graphic they are. Definitely. This was when he was in the process, or just even during the time when they were selling over and he was buying it over. He was in front of a public school. I forget, it was somewhere in the States, and he was a couple times he come to Canada. He was showing videos where he was doing a conference, visitation conference, and public speaking. And he was standing. He got up in front of these grade 1, grade 2, 3 classes, grade 6 class, and he's swearing and cursing, that kind of stuff like that. And when the teachers laid into him about it, or a few of them did, right in the video, made me laugh. And they gave him a hack for it. But he had a very at that time he had a very arrogant personality come back to them on that. Definitely, that was really inappropriate. I've never seen that in videos, and they'd go viral or public. And it was a young teacher, and GA told him straight out. She said, these are not adults you're talking to when you're doing a public. When you're doing a public speaking, or you're doing in front of a grade 3 or 6 class, there's rules, there's regulations, and guidelines that the school boards have placed out for those guest speakers on the way they're allowed to talk or present themselves, before they can do any legal action to those guest speakers. Definitely. But again, there was videos there that was totally. I was sitting back and myself, how would they in the end of it all? How would she give in and let him still continue talking, without shutting him down and having the police remove him from that school or those schools from being in front of those kids? Because now, before you even do any guest speaking, before going into a public school, you got to go through police checks. You got to go through online armor test trainings for like every little thing to qualify, even just to go in to be a guest speaker on, even if it has to do with internet or social media or whatever. There's strict rules and guidelines, definitely. But in the video, they let him continue to speak or speak to the kids. But in the video, he's swearing and cursing in front of the kids, in front of these grade 3 kids or grade 6 age kids. Like he was talking like he was making a presentation to a university level or a college level, where they probably wouldn't mind that, but still they would still have the strict rules. They would have removed him too out of a college or university too as well. And I don't know, I was sitting back, I watched his YouTube videos. I watched those YouTube videos of his. I watched his TikTok videos of his. That before he became the owner of TikTok. This is why I said this is what shocked me, that he didn't lose the opportunity of buying it over, or it totally got shut down when it was going to be shut down. Definitely, because they were all worried about getting a buyer for it. Definitely. And I didn't think it was him that was buying it over. Uh, excuse me, guys. But I didn't think it was Oracle in the States that was going to buy it. I was hoping that Chaos Radio in Fort McMurray, Canada, here was going to buy over the because I thought Rick Kushner was going to buy it. Reverend Rick Kushner was going to buy over the app because he would have been a better fit for it. I know, again, like I said, he was my youth pastor, so I have to put him on a high pedestal. I'm sorry. He was, him and his wife were like family to me at one point. I know we had our ins and outs, that kind of thing, our ups and downs. In the end wise, but yes, I would personally recommend it if it was to ever to be sold. If TikTok to clean up this nonsense and bullshit that's going on there today, yes, he'd clean it right out. He would clean it right out. Definitely, he'd clean all that crap right out of there. Definitely, I would say yes. I would say the man would be a better fit for it. Honestly, I would. That guy would be a better fit for something like that and would be able to afford to keep it going or own it at least. And he would go through it and he'd get rid of the right people. He'd go through it. He'd surf the trolls, get their information, and those trolls will no longer have accounts. He would totally clean them right on out. And he'd keep all us good people on there. And would operate just like Instagram does or all the other apps would, I tell you, on a very good level. He'd be a lot better. He'd be strict. And yes, it would be Canadian owned. Definitely. And he would not violate any of the contract standards. Definitely. Definitely. Like if Chaos Radio had bought it and owned it. Definitely. They'd be better fit for it. Definitely, or any Canadian radio station here in Canada, or like even here in Owens Sound, if the Doc Radio bought into like an app, bought over an app like TikTok, definitely, it would run a lot better, and they would keep us innocent bystanders on here. That's not doing anything wrong, and all the trolls would go by Felicia, and they'd be sitting in jail. They wouldn't have no internet access. They wouldn't be able. Their trolling days would be over. Definitely. And all that racism and all that propaganda stuff that is all on there, the politics on there, and all that negativity stuff on there wouldn't be allowed on there. They clean it all out. Or people stealing videos from CNN, those accounts would be shut down and taken off. They'd be permanently canceled out, and there'd be no VPNs to keep bringing them back. Definitely. It'd be probably ran a lot better, a lot stricter, the way it should be. It'd be ran the way it started, definitely. Or probably not even that, a lot better. And the enjoyment and the fun of it would be all back into it. But yeah, I gotta watch this anyways. But yeah, there's my theory, or my recommendations anyways. But that's why I said, other than that, as long as it's still owned by Oracle in the States, it's gone downhill. It's not getting it. The app itself is not getting any better. It's getting worse day by day. Excuse me. Year by year. Each year it seems to get more worse and worse than anything. Totally. But those are my recommendations, anyways. Definitely. Excuse me. But that's my basically that's my theory on that. Definitely. If they're looking at a new way to change, this is the way to change. Definitely. Or if not, then it can't change this way, or it can't change to the better the way it used to be. It's just taking up space on the internet. Definitely, it's time to rip it down. Replace it with another app. Generally, say goodbye to it. Definitely rip it down off the network in general. And that way, because it only takes a few of those other people to ruin it for the rest of us, I'll tell you. Happens so quickly. Definitely. That's why I said the fun is all gone out of it. The enjoyment's gone out. Is basically gone all out of. Is gone all the enjoyment, all the fun that used to be there. All the, the performing in arts and that kind of stuff, like that musical arts out of it is dying right out of it. Day by day, year by year, it's dying out. More so and more so. It is. It's not a bitching channel. Totally. Let's put it that way. It was never meant for that. Definitely. And especially if you got an app where you got mixed ages on there. Kids don't need to come across that on their For You page. Definitely, that automatically comes through their For You page, and they don't understand what's going on. It's scaring them. Definitely. Not only that, it's upsetting them. Totally. I know I've got nieces. My one niece is a teenager. I know it's my oldest niece. Yes, she's in her 20s, but my youngest one, I think she'd be about a teenager now, but she don't need to hear that kind of stuff, see that kind of stuff. She's in my family's eyes, she's still young to be seeing that kind of stuff, or having to listen to that kind of stuff. Totally. And my older sister, her mother agrees on that 100% as well. Totally. Excuse me. But yeah, like I said, that is one of the youngest platforms that has ever been developed. Totally. Which was basically developed for performing in theater, performing in arts, musical arts, that kind of stuff like that. Teach people about theater production, that kind of stuff like that, film and editing. So that way they can actually, they can chat with their favorite celebrities, like their favorite wrestlers, movie stars, that kind of stuff. People they idolize that they look up to every day. That's what that was originally of a platform. It was designed for, not for what it's become today. That's why I said all the fun and enjoyment is gone out of that fucking app. Sorry to put it that way, guys. I slipped there. Sorry. I'm not doing a conference I'm not doing a public speaking conference or nothing like that. Don't worry about that. Definitely. But like I said, what can you do? I'll tell you. No one said, like I said, it is a good app, but people are ruining it. That's all I'm saying. People are ruining it. Totally. Every day they're ruining the damn app. Totally. They're draining out on what it was originally designed for. They're taking away they're taking the enjoyment out of it, taking the fun out of it. It's no fun no more. That's why I said is people's interest is just going out of it slowly and slower every day. that kind of stuff like that. Um, you know, there's nothing, no new musical audio. Um, you know, it's not exciting. It's just becoming a bitching app than anything. Um, definitely, it's it's very sick to see. Totally, it's there's no fun and enjoyment in it. There's very few little fun and enjoyment out of it left, but excuse me. Uh, Again, it was supposed to be a place for people to share their talents and that kind of stuff like that. You know, to do movie theater cosplays, theater cosplays, that kind of stuff like that. Learn how to become a live performer and actor. That's what the app was for, definitely. Not for what we're seeing, what's going on today with it, or what people are doing to it. Like it's becoming like Facebook, but even Facebook's not that bad. Definitely, totally. Um, you know, Facebook probably doesn't allow music at certain times, but sometimes you can sneak it in there. But there's times you just can't sneak it in. Um, but yeah, like I said, you know, like Facebook is not as bad as what TikTok is getting. Definitely. But yeah, like I said, the app has good sound. Other than that, the app, yes, does provide good audio sounds, that kind of stuff like that. Um, but it's just the way people are using it more so today. They're using it for the wrong reason. They're using it to hate on people. They're using it to cause trouble. They're using it to bully people with. They're using it as a weapon to attack people with. Um, you know, there's too much politics on there. Definitely too much religion. Um, you know, too much hate, too much racism. Um, that's not what social media should be about. We have CNN and Fox News for all that shit. Definitely. We don't need to see it all over fucking TikTok. Pardon my language, but we don't. Um, as well, like that's what I was saying. One lady is even many on there. She said it's becoming a friggin' soap opera. Doesn't know when to shut up. Uh, definitely. And that's how bad it's getting. Totally. She said it's getting just as bad as Days of Our Friggin' Lives. Or Young and the Restless. Or sorry, Young in the Wrestling. Or too young to be wrestling. Put it that way. Um, like if I wanted to see like I said, I'm not into soap operas. Okay, I hate them with a passion. I have a wife to watch this shit 24 hours a day. Um, but if I wanted to watch a soap opera, I just go down to where my cousin lives. Go downtown Montreal, Quebec. The moment you step off the train or the bus, buy yourself a bag of popcorn, sit on the street corner. Oh, there's your daily soap opera right there, live, downtown Mount Royal, Quebec, or where I grew up in Peterborough, Ontario, or Toronto, or Kitchener, or Cambridge, or Brockville, um, or downtown Wyerton here even, or downtown Sable Beach. No matter where you go in downtown publicly, there's always some fucking soap opera going on. You might as well buy yourself a bag of chips, popcorn, and sit on the street corner and sit there and watch it. You're gonna watch your soap opera. Because one always breaks out all the time. Never fails. It never fails. And it's more entertaining than the television, I'll tell you. And way worse than TikTok is. Totally. At least you get to see it live, live, live. Totally. But again, there's get a little sense of humor with a little bit of sarcasm. Definitely. Gotta have some of those comebacks. Totally. But yeah, but basically that's all I use my 60-second videos for is for to share my talents, or if I just want to enjoy myself, sing, make a 60-second music video, 15-second music video, that kind of stuff. But yeah, something. That's why I said something has got to be like. I mean, there's got to be something there's got to be something done with the whole entire app of TikTok and generally. If it's going to keep getting bad as it is, and it's getting that out of control, I would totally just, if I was a company, say fuck it, take it right down off the internet for good, totally. And if people cannot respect it, they can't use it for the proper meaning that it was started for, was originally designed for, not for this crap we're seeing today. Totally. That kind of stuff like that, and us innocent people on there that isn't doing anything wrong get targeted and attacked, and we get kicked off a live stream for no reason at all, or some false. Somebody leaves a false accusation with the company or whatever like that. Doesn't know what they're saying or doesn't know what they're talking about. But yeah, it is totally crazy. So this is slowly what's how do I put it? Made me go to other platforms. Definitely. This is why also too. When my TikTok account is working, then I'll do 60-second videos. If it is not working, I spent most of my time I spent on Instagram or YouTube here, or the odd time Facebook. Back to Facebook. That kind of stuff like that. Now Beagle, I was slowly going back to Beagle, but Beagle is going to be too much on me, definitely, because I got all these other platforms. Definitely, but it does work. Definitely. I just can't go back and watch my Beagle stuff like you can YouTube and Instagram. Definitely. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of duds. I want to put it this way: there's a lot of duds that's got to get worked out with TikTok in generally. Definitely, that I personally think, anyways. Totally. And if they cannot be worked out properly, more or less, and TikTok is not going to police their app like everybody else has to, or the other platforms have to, and they're not going to keep law and order on their app, time to garbage it. Time to adios it. Definitely. They need to rip it right down off the internet. So you know what? It's declare that TikTok is too dangerous and too toxic to be on the internet, especially if it is an app that is strictly says registration age 12 to an adult. Definitely. If they're going to allow that kind of toxicness, they're going to allow I'm not saying this is a bad way, but they're not means if they're going to allow transphobic people on there, bullies, pedophiles on there, get rid of it. Definitely. Rip it all down totally, because especially when it's a mixed app where it's got kids ages 12 to an adult, you got mixed ages on there. Definitely, you got mixed cultured people on there, mixed channels, that kind of stuff like that. It's not, and the company itself, the owners of it, can't keep it under control. Then it's the type of ad that no longer should be on the internet, really, if you really look at it. I know these other platforms. I know those kind of class people get in there, but at least they're automatically dealt with, and they deal with the right people. They don't attack us innocent bystanders that isn't doing anything wrong. That's not bothering anybody, or that kind of stuff like that. It's trying to put up good content, and enjoyable stuff, or making a live social media more lively or whatever, that kind of thing like that, and using it for what it should be used for. And definitely, the odd time, yes, I sit like I'm at home here. I sit here and I have my radio on, and you hear it in the background. But that's it, because the reason why I have my radio on in the background is because I actually listen to the radio to keep up on the update, what's going on with this pandemic and whatever. And when I can get in for my when my age category is ready to get in to be vaccinated, so I can go in and get my vaccine, start my first dosage of vaccination, get it done, before they start calling me back to the dentist office one day a week. That kind of stuff like that. So, like I said, it's basically I'm keeping on update with stuff. So it's the odd time, yes, you only hear the radio on in the background, but excuse me, I'll turn it on low, but but yeah. So like I said, it's but also too, a lot of my content shows. The only reason why I do set my shows, me personally, at 18 plus, it is, again, I'm not pushing the kids away from enjoying Halloween or watching a Halloween live stream. Because my live streams can get on the low. What a lot of people don't understand is they can be a little frightening with it being around Halloween time. Or if I'm having a few beers or whatever like that, kind of stuff. That's why I say 19 up. But I'm not saying that the kids cannot tune in to watch, but to watch, if they're going to watch the live stream, be accompanied by an adult that is 19 and over that can sit with them and watch it and be supervised while watching. Because, like, if I'm going to the haunted house or whatever, yes, with the way I do the lighting and that kind of stuff, that may get a little scary for them, a little frightening. It may scare them. That's the only difference. Or like I said, or I have to condense. Like if I'm having a few beers on here, yes, my live streams has to be set not for kids. It has to be set to night. I have to specify 19 and up. Definitely, if it is a party show and I'm going to have a few beers on here or a few drinks of whiskey on here, definitely I have to make sure that there's no children viewers on. Definitely following it, that kind of thing. But that's not being mean. That is because the fact that it is considered, even if it's a one person, it's considered a party show. Definitely. But yeah. But so there's a lot of there's a lot of educational stuff, guys. I can educate you guys on, and definitely on science end of it, but there's just some things under respect that I do have to still watch how I present it, on how I educate you on it, more or less. Why the way people live the way they do today. They have many different pronouns or reasons why they are the way they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. Definitely. And this is what I said. And with TikTok, I see a lot of people jumping in there, attacking them, and saying rude things, getting them all upset, and that kind of stuff like that. Again, it doesn't get me all upset, but Christmas time, oh yeah, I had a lot of those same haters come in and try to attack me the same way. Uh, and I've constantly my TikTok live streams were constantly shut off, shut off, shut off, shut off, shut off, constantly, one after another, um, because they were getting in there and they were falsely reporting my live streams. And I caught one guy, and then when I got back on, and the guy was saying, "Oh, I'm shutting you off, I'm shutting you off, I'm shutting you off, I'm shadow banning you," and all this stuff. This is the way he was going on, and that kind of stuff like that, and oh, that you're violating community standard guidelines. Well, I wasn't doing anything. I was like half these other people weren't doing anything wrong. I was just sitting here just talking like this, and he was sitting there threatening all this, and he had proof, and he didn't have, he's trying to scare me, or he was trying to he was cyberbullying, and just in a polite way, because I told him to quit. He went and reported me to TikTok, and I was banned for 30 days to 40 days. Like, that's how quick they sneak around you, and they literally do stuff to your account. They and then when I got back on, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did that, bro. I was only joking." And right there, he gave himself away. And I actually didn't do a call like because all the others do. I was just like this, and I said it in a very clear, stern voice. I said, this is not a joke. You think this is a joke? This is not a joke. Making false accusations on somebody you don't even know is not a joke. I told him straight out. I said, if I wanted to, and I knew he was in the States. I said, if I wanted to, I can call down to your local FBI office, and I can send the FBI to your door and have you taken away for internet cyberbullying and harassment. I could have you arrested. And he says, oh, he was trying to say, oh, we would try to use the fact that he wasn't doing anything wrong. That's where he was lying through his teeth, because he contradicted everything he said. Definitely. That was coming across my screen that goes publicly. And all my good followers were seeing that, and they caught him. Definitely. So that's why I said, guys, you have to watch what you write in the comment bar. Definitely, because what you write in that comment bar does go public. And definitely, because that's and that's all they need is your user account name, and boom, they got you by your real name, or by whatever driver's license or whatever they can track you by. Definitely, because when you registered for any software on the internet or social media, you have to register with your real name, then your username, then your email address. That's how it has a backup memory log that you can't claim, that you can't get into to get information. Only they can get into it. Definitely. So, like I said, it is a total different system. It is a very, very controlled, electronically manipulated system. A lot of people don't understand how it works. Totally. But yeah, so so I was just basically just explaining the difference. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from TikTok, but I'm just telling you the truth on what's really been happening. More so these days with that particular app alone. So if there's anybody out there and you think it's a big thing to you, all my advice is to be careful. You're on your own. You're going on it at your own risk. I'm giving you the heads up now truthfully what it's like on there. Take it from somebody like me who's been on there since the thing started. It wasn't so bad when it first started, but now it has gotten very worse. It's gotten very bad. So that all I can caution you is to be careful if you go on there. Definitely, if you get on there, you get enough followers to go live. Definitely be careful. Go on live, stream. Definitely be careful. Um, they don't even have to be on your follow list to jump in there and say something rude or cruel to you, or attack your account or steal your information or whatever. It's happened to me 3 times already in the last 2 years being on there. And like I said, I've been on there, and it's never happened up till now. And I've been on there since 2015. Definitely, never had a single problem. Never had a single problem until this pandemic started. These days, definitely. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't upset me to the point that I whine and cry about it. I just know how to deal with half these hypocrites. Definitely. I don't do what the other people are doing. I don't video stitch them. I don't call them out in any point in time. That kind of stuff. That I don't download the video and expose it. I've got the heart and respect not to do that part of it. Um, that kind of stuff like that. And it's good that I don't video stitch them, because yes, I can honestly say about myself, I do have one hell of a bad temper, and I do not want to lose it on social media, definitely, because I'm not going to jeopardize my account, even though that my live stream is out, but I don't want to make it uh, anything any worse than what's going on there now. Again, so basically, this is why I don't video stitch people. I don't call people out. And like, if they get so bad to the point, yes, that's as far as I go, is reporting them. Now if TikTok says they don't accept doesn't acknowledge or accept the report, then it's their problem at their end, not mine. That kind of stuff like that. Um, this is why I said TikTok keeps these kind of people like that on there. I do not know why. Most other apps will not do that. I know Beagle wouldn't even do that, and they go after the right people. Um, Definitely, they don't. They don't attack us innocent people. That isn't doing anything wrong. Um, that's why I'm saying it is. It is a different. Again, it's bigger. Yes, it is a bigger platform. Um, a more more heavier of a brick load um, than I've ever handled at any time before in my life. Um, Definitely, it is one big dead weight when it comes down to TikTok, and definitely. But I'm not saying the app is not good, but because of these people on there, is starting to give them a bad name, starting to give them a bad reputation. There's one guy on there. He's even threatening uh, to file a lawsuit against Oracle itself. Um, I don't have the heart to do that, or don't have the money to do that, but there is TikTokers on there that's been treated the same way like I have, for no reason at all. You know, and they're saying they've had enough with it, and they're ready to take legal action against the people that own TikTok. They're ready to slam a lawsuit on Oracle itself, radio station in Los Angeles, California. Um, I haven't seen that guy's other videos since he made that one video. Definitely. So I don't know what he really did or do, or what he didn't do to them. I don't know. I can't say. And I have not heard anything on Fox News about anything along that department as of yet. You know, so I would imagine, uh,
either if he was serious about going at them or if he really wasn't serious. I don't know. It is hard to say. Um, that kind of stuff like that. So there's a lot of heavy exertion to deal with on there right now. Definitely. I know. I had another friend here. He tried it for 2 days, and he said he couldn't handle it. I don't blame him. Totally. But he did thank me for recommending him. But he said no. He tried it. He couldn't handle it. He said the bullying was getting too bad on there. He said he could not handle it, and he is the person with a disability. Um, Definitely. He's one of the clients down here that belongs to community living. He couldn't handle being on there. He's special needy. He couldn't handle being on there. This is why I said is people are just getting so bad on there in general. Um, but no, he couldn't handle it on there. Mentally, he couldn't handle it. I'm surprised I'm even handling it. Well, I'm handling it because, like I said, MFers Live, and the guy from MFers Live and Guelph, um, and the guys at SDK Entertainment gave me a telephone interview and training on how to deal with these kind of people. Where to go, where the buttons are, if you have to use them, if you have to mute somebody, if you have to if you got to mute people, you got to block people, you got to even report people and hope to God it goes through. And they have to come back with you with some cock and bullshit story or excuse why they can't report them. Definitely. Again, these are groups that have been done. What you call bigger medias for years on the internet that has their own websites, and that does big time satellite media and that kind of stuff like that too as well. Because they're at every single rap and rock and roll concert, everything else like that. They've done everything. Hosted retro music, much retro video dance party much music. These are the big name cats, totally, that are on your everyday, what you call international music stations, with all those big rock and roll music videos that have their own television channels. SDK Entertainment and MNFers Live and Much Music and Retro. All those big top dogs. I'll tell you that used to going on TV and going live on the internet since the internet generation even started. But they've been on TV for a donkey's age before the internet generation. I know even when I was a kid in the 1990s. I finally just met them. What was it when I came out this way? Because they're from Guelph, Ontario. But before the internet generation, or even before the satellite station, before the satellite generation, they were all on like basic cable, like Much Music, video dance party shows. They were big on the big TV channels back in the 1990s. After dark music, they used to do all the big high kicking concerts, everything else like that. They used to do a lot of heavy traveling with they have their own television channel. Definitely. They've been going into bars for a donkey's age. Definitely. Way before satellite even generation started. Even before the internet came along. Like I said, they were like with retro, video dance, Much Music party. They were with what was it? Much Music. What were those big TV? They used to play all those music videos on television. They used to do all those those big shows like with Much Music and that kind of stuff like that. But those big musical companies, music video companies, CMT, all them. We all remember, you know, country music television, Much Music television, retro video dance party. They used to DJ all the big high school dances too. When I was in high school, the big video dance party, high school parties, definitely that kind of stuff. Big time, or if they were booked for what big time wedding anniversaries, wedding. What was it? Receptions, everything else like that. They would show up, and they were like just as bad as CNN. Totally, back those days, like they had their big video cameras out, everything else like that. They used to travel. They're big license. SDK Entertainment's a big license company. TV television station, definitely. So is MFers Live. Then when internet came along, boom, they got on social media and that kind of stuff like that too as well. So they used to interview all like they used to go into like all the WWF matches. They used to go into all the the WWE matches when it became from WWF to WWE. MFers, SDK Entertainment were all part of all that. Definitely for years. Even before the internet times started approaching. They were big time television stations. That covered all these big networks. Definitely. But yeah. So they were always what you call a big how do I put it? Asset to our communities and everything else like that. And they were always the ones that took us behind the scenes of all our favorite rock stars, our favorite celebrities, like favorite rappers and that kind of stuff that a lot of people like today. Country music stars, everything. They know them by name right down to a T. I tell you. They get in there, they're the only ones that get close up to them. They interview them, that kind of stuff like that. They sell their merchandise for them, everything else like that. Like they're always been a big sponsor to those big name celebrities and that kind of stuff like that. So yes, they've been around for years in a donkey's age, if you really want to put it that way. A lot of people don't think they have been, but they have. Totally. Man, their television network is older than I am. I was born in 1980. Now the new guy that runs at MFers now, he's about the same age as I am. Maybe about a year younger. I don't know. I can't remember now. But well, I say about the same, yeah. I met him one Christmas and the guy from Fog TV, but no, before their time, his father, when we were kids, his father would have ran MFers and SDK Entertainment. Their fathers would have. It's a big television station. It's been going for decades, for a donkey's age, definitely. Their sons just take it over. As their sons got old enough, their sons bought into their own licenses and took it over. Definitely. That's all they did. Carried it on. Definitely right into what you call even an internet generation. So, like we see today, that kind of stuff like that. But yeah, so those people that are get persuaded by your kids to join TikTok, guys, do be careful, please. As a family, when you guys get on there, be careful. Heads up, it is very toxic and dangerous, or getting toxic and dangerous. You're going to see videos where people are being bullied. Be careful, guys. Definitely, that's all I can say. I know I've had I've had idiots come at me too a couple times on there too as well. I can admit that. And I've lost, and I've been shadow banned after shadow ban for no reason. My live streams have been shut down for no reason. I tell you. More so nowadays than anything, but yeah, do be careful, guys, if you do go onto that platform, that particular platform, definitely. You know, there's people on there that's that have a thing called no respect. Totally. They don't know what it is. They're not educated. In that department. Anyways. But yeah, so I think I've been on here long enough. Definitely. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. It just come over here, definitely. Another bad habit. Definitely gotta make myself pretty for the cameras. That's probably why they don't like me, is because I changed my glasses to my sunshades, and I look really cute. They don't like it. They get jealous. They don't like anything cute and different. They think they're missing out on something. But so anyhow, thank you guys so much for tuning on in, and so guys, don't ever get discouraged, guys. It's it's only social media, definitely. Have a great day, guys, and thank you for tuning on in, guys.